So a neighbor threw away this Eames-like chair. It looks pretty good, but it's actually broken. I'm gonna try to fix it. This may or may not work at all. So follow along if you wanna see how this is done and if this works at all. On this side, the chair looks pretty good, but on this side, man, we've got a mess here. This arm completely broke off. It almost looks like someone took a saw to this edge. I don't know what went on, but I'm gonna try to reattach this. It's not gonna look perfect, but it might be functional and look decent. We gotta attach this somehow. I might try some metal brackets, custom fabricated and/or fiberglass epoxy. Let's give this a try and see what happens. Now I can't find any brand marking on this chair, even underneath. I doubt it's a Herman Miller. I think it's just an Eames style reproduction. But this material at least feels like leather. And the frame otherwise is quite solid steel. Cushions are Velcroed down, and this one too. I'll disassemble this arm a little bit. So this is what I'm working with here. This arm needs to go around here somewhere. And the back of the chair here can bend up a little bit to match this side of this arm. The proper fix for all this, by the way, is just to replace these parts, the bottom and the back here, although those replacement parts are difficult to find and they're rather costly. So we're gonna just try to fix this and not spend too much time on it because it's not worth all too much time or money. What I'm gonna try is to custom fabricate some brackets, something like this. I already cut a bit of this steel piece here, and we'll do something like this. Send in some small screws so they don't protrude out through the opposite side of this wood. And then I might fiberglass and epoxy this broken area here, and the same for the back side here. Now if that fails, and it very well might, I can put bolts and holes through this steel piece and this wood. That would result in some exposed bolt heads on the outside of the chair. That's not all too bad. It's already not looking perfect, but we'll do that only if we have to. So I gotta create some more brackets, also shape this a little bit more. I'll show you how I did that, and then drill holes for my wood screws. Okay, and here's our first bracket. It's attached with some wood screws. These do not go all the way through. They're not bolts that go all the way through to the opposite side of the chair. That doesn't look all too bad. It's not sturdy yet, but we're gonna add some additional brackets, at least one more here, maybe two here. Maybe we'll try some fiberglass, maybe we'll try it through bolts. Through bolts on the bottom might not actually look all that bad because you won't see them considering it's on the underside of this chair. I'm gonna show you how I fabricated this little bracket. It was pretty easy. So first I'm going to take some measurements. I'm gonna figure out how long I need to cut my new bracket. I think about 9 inches should be quite good. This is the raw piece of steel I picked up from Home Depot. I can bend it pretty easily. It's not all too thick. So I'm gonna measure out here. We said 9, I'm gonna go 9.5 and make a mark. So you might choose to cut this bar stock in a number of different ways. Either way, wear your safety glasses. I'll also wear some protective gloves. And we're gonna cut that off with an angle grinder fitted with a cutting wheel. Okay, so here's my cut piece of steel. It's gonna fit in here somewhere. I'm gonna mark the approximate location of some bends that I wanna perform. Those are purely guesses. This will be a bit of an iterative process to get it to fit semi-decently. Also note that this area here, yeah, it looks ugly, but this part is gonna be covered by that cushion when I reassemble. All right, my piece of steel is in a vise, so I can use this long braking bar, give me some more leverage, and I'm gonna just bend it a little bit. I can always bend it back the other direction if I go too far. I got this set up for another bend at a different location. All right, so let's check it out, see how this fits. Not completely horrible, but we're gonna do this a few different times. This bracket took maybe 5 or 6 trips back to the vise to get it to something that was halfway decent. So I'll make a few more marks approximating where I need to bend. After a few more trips back to the vise, this does not look completely horrible. It doesn't fit perfect, but this is all approximate anyway. I'm now going to mark some holes to drill to insert the screws. So I want a hole approximately there. I don't know, maybe here, here, and here. Let's go drill those out. With a sharp new drill bit, I'm gonna drill these holes into the steel. Ideally, you'd use a center punch to keep your drill bit from walking, but here we go. I'm gonna try without. And now I'll take a file to the back side of this steel piece. And now it's smooth. 4 holes later, we're ready to attach this strap. We might remove it later. We're gonna have to clean up this edge, remove all this glue. It looks like hot glue that maybe the prior owner tried to use to fix this. That wasn't gonna work. All right, that does not look all too bad. It also feels kind of sturdy, although I'm not gonna sit in that by any means. This now needs to be strapped in the same way, maybe 1, 2 straps. I have a little less real estate to work with, but I need to lift it into place and try to fabricate some more straps. With this arm piece detached from the chair, I'm gonna clean up these edges as it looks like this repair might actually work. So I use a knife to do that, and then also a Dremel tool with a number of attachments at the end. It looks like the prior owner may have used some maybe hot glue and some other wood fillers to try to fix this issue. And also the pattern here of how this broke makes it look like this was almost cut rather than a natural break. That's just unusual. And this is the chair reassembled. This steel strap idea worked very well. I added 2 additional straps up here, and instead of using wood screws to attach these straps to the chair, I used through bolts. So they are visible on this side, but I chose a black color, so they blend in rather well. I can still see very visibly this cut here, but it kind of looks cool. A little Darrow leaked, if you understand my reference. And with the industrial Velcro on the back side of these cushions, we can reattach these cushions to the chair. Same story with the bottom cushion. The bottom now is attached. I had to remove the arm here to get it on there properly. So reattach that now. It's just 2 bolts on the underside of this part. This chair is now incredibly sturdy and doesn't show any sign of failing. Also, a fascinating story, I learned that this exact chair was used in a TV commercial, and that explains this break right here, which wasn't truly a break. It was meant to fail, cut to make it look like it accidentally broke. And this chair then showed up in a commercial that's going to highlight the World Cup. David Beckham's in that commercial, as well as Steve Carrel. So I'll show you that commercial right now.
Hey guys, I hate to break it to you, but we don't have enough lace for the game. Nice pantry, by the way.
Just 1 bag. What type of host are you?
This is it. Welcome, 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 welcome. Please don't touch anything. Grab the door.
Buenas.
Thank you very much.
Guys, the match is starting.
Victoria, halftime karaoke!
There's a house in Miami. They call it rising sun. Everybody, come on.
When that guy broke your chair,
That was the best part, actually.
So it's incredibly unlikely that you have a chair broken in exactly the same way that mine was, but maybe you have something similar going on. Regardless, I hope this helps you with your project.